Ciao! I'm a troublemaker. It's going good. It's going good. I usually kind of like a little bit of a smaller show where you get to kind of interact with the crowd a little bit more. They're very different animals. I think I like them both for different reasons. It's like sometimes at big festivals, it's more you're putting on more of a spectacle, and that can be fun. But it's also fun to play like a smaller show where it's real sweaty, and so they're both. I'm maybe in the middle. It's the greatest rock and roll record ever written by a human being, or a close third. Now, as we're very happy with it. It was cool. We recorded with a different person, and we recorded with a new producer, and we wrote a whole record and we threw it away, and then we started rewriting, and then this is the record that we came up with. We really worked a long time on it. Yeah, it comes from an old Cherokee Indian saying about, it's like a story, a parable about you've got two wolves inside you, and one is kind of evil, and one is good, and the one that's going to win and take over your life is the one that you decide to feed. It's your choice whether you feed the good one or the bad one. And it's kind of the idea of trying to keep a good mental attitude for myself, you know. Maybe a little bit. I think it probably contributed a little bit. I think, but more than that, sonically, I think we just, when we were writing, we were kind of, we had some songs that were kind of darker and some songs that were a bit poppier, and we wanted the whole album to have a cohesive feel, and we were really liking the kind of darker, like, gritty 80s kind of sound, so we just decided to write a whole record based around that. So it's not, necessarily that we won't ever write another poppy song. It's just kind of how we were feeling on this record. I don't know. We just, videos are kind of weird. Sometimes the labels, a lot of times it's the label's choice. Like, we want you to do a video for this. But we just released another video. We released another video a few weeks ago called For Good Veins. And that is, it's a storyline. The video is a storyline that connects with comedians. So you can watch that, it's like one story. And then we're going to have a video for Blue Ghost is coming out next week. And then later in the summer, we're going to have a video for Heart Conditions. So it's kind of, I would like to do a video for every song. I just wish we had the budget to do that. Well, originally it was a bit more of a punk rock, poppy song. And when we were working with the producer, he was kind of he's like, try playing it slower. And then he was like, we kind of started to think about Iggy Pop records. Some of the Iggy Pop records had a very weird sound to them, and I guess the idea was to try and get that kind of a dark vibe. So it was just kind of a weird thing. It was a song that it never quite worked, and then we found this kind of experimental. We kind of wanted to have a song that kind of pushed the boundaries a little bit of what we've done before, and it still felt rocking. So. A little bit. That was the first time we worked with Stuart Sykes, who recorded The Wolf You Feed. He's a producer that's worked with the White Stripes and Rocket from the Crypt and Cat Power. And yeah, we just kind of, it was one of those things we wanted to keep writing and stay busy, and we knew the record wasn't going to come out for a while, so let's just do a 4-song EP and have that come out. Usually it's me, Ian, and Fadi come up with a skeleton of an idea, a basic idea, and then we bring it in, and then the band, we all kind of like work together to feel out where it goes. And I usually write all the words to it, but sometimes those guys say, those words suck, try something better. I think the Texas sound might be a little bit garagey, a little bit bluesy, but it's pretty diverse. Austin, Texas has a lot of bands there. There's a lot of bands of every genre, so it's really it's a very creative kind of place. But I would say if there was an overall sound, I feel like a lot of Texas bands are kind of loose, kind of garagey and loose. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's like, I think European fans are different from country to country too. Like some places are crazier, and then just in the States, like certain towns are crazy. I love them all. I love them all equal. Anybody that comes to a Riverboat Gamblers show gets a big kiss on the cheek from me. Trying to think. It's been a very successful tour and kind of just run together very smoothly. We don't have anything bad to say. I got really drunk at Grows Rock. I saw Rocket from the Crypt and I got very hungover. That is a band that's me and guys from another band called the Marked Men, and but they live about 4 hours away from me, so it's kind of a recording project. We get together when we can and send tapes and stuff. So we don't get to tour very much. We've never been to Europe. We don't get to do very much. I also have another side project called Ghost Knife, and that's kind of a similar deal. It's just a 3-piece where I play guitar and write all that stuff. I like performing comedy because you don't have to lift anything to get in. You don't have to bring in equipment, and you don't get as sweaty at shows. You get to drink, but I'm very new to comedy, so I'm still learning. I feel very amateur when I do comedy still, and I'm not. I know I have a long way to go. I'm very passionate about getting better at it, but I know I have a long way to go to be like a headliner or anything like that, or like to really be able to tour well. But I'm on my way, I hope. Originally it came from, it's usually a name that's associated with sports, and I don't play any sports at all. I don't care about sports, so it was just kind of a funny name. It means like a new person in the sports that's really good. But at this point, I'm very old too, so it's doubly ironic that I'm neither a rookie nor into sports. Yeah, this is internet sensation, Little Bub. Yeah, I'm a big cat guy. About what? Eggs. I like them scrambled, but only. I don't like it. I don't want them runny. I don't want no sloppy, slimy eggs. I don't like it when you can touch the yellow and it all runs out. It has to be fried. It has to be good. And I like to throw them at things.